days before the 2012 U.S. presidential election. We are here in the city of Boyle Heights, California to find out what the community thinks, what issues concern them, and who they will be voting for.
A lot of people think that their voice doesn't count, it doesn't matter, they're going to do whatever they want to. But beyond just the voting factor of who should be president, there's also the component of our voice being heard and us being present. And a lot of people will say, well, we don't care about their issues. They're never voting. They don't vote anyways, it doesn't matter. And I think because of that reason, we should make sure that our numbers have increased, that we really are present and we're representing how many people actually live in the United States that are our people.
I feel like as a voter, you shouldn't just go with what people say. You should definitely read up on the issues and learn more about it. I honestly think local elections are more important than the national ones, because local elections will be the ones that will determine what I'm doing right now.
It's the economy, it's healthcare, it's jobs. That's what it's about.
I think a lot of the issues that young people face are different from what people of an older demographic face.
For example?
Like Social Security, jobs that we're getting, the job market's changing so much, especially with technology.
I am undecided, but I do think as a college student, we'll face a lot of debt in the future. A president that will set a standard now so that when I do graduate, I can live comfortably. That would be great.
I understand that the corporations, having tax breaks ultimately is supposed to encourage more jobs to happen, but it's not working out.
We may all have to pay a few more taxes. I think the 1% can pay a lot more taxes.
I just started my business. Yeah, Romney's policies will benefit me because it's over $250,000 a year. But the thing is that I won't mind giving back to my community under Obama's plan. So if I make $250, I know where I came from. I came from a humble community where we had nothing but a single apartment for 6 kids and a mom. So I know what is it to need, to have the need of the government to come and help you.
Family planning should be available as part of health care. I think Obamacare is a wonderful thing.
I also think that providing health care for everybody that lives in the United States is a very important thing for him. I think Mitt Romney at one time plays it down, and another time he plays it up, depending on where he thinks the wind is blowing. He's been totally inconsistent as far as I'm concerned.
Funding for abortion should be available to everybody. I think that if Catholic institutions choose not to incorporate that in their health care plan, they have a right to do that. Because each of us has a right not to go to a Catholic university or a Catholic hospital. So in this country, we've always had freedom of choice, and Romney wants to take that away.
I want to know that it's my choice to have a child or not.
People think that immigration is a drain on our system, but I don't think they stop to think about how much more we would be suffering without them here. The culture, the labor, I just think it's a nice addition to our country.
What is important to me and my community at this point, it is about the Dream Act, that he's the only president that has pushed this through. So I want to see what else is going to come out of him towards the Latino community. Not only the immigrants, but the whole Latino community.
It's extremely valuable to finally acknowledge the work that our students are doing. When we come to this country, those of us that are immigrants come to this country for a better future. What happens when that better future does not ever materialize? Because we don't get to a point where we can actually access things, access jobs, access the right to vote. I think thinking about a lot of the problems that happen with our community, I see a lot of my students lose hope because they don't have documentation, they don't have papeles, so they don't want to go to school. They stop going to school, and what becomes the easiest thing for them to do is start selling drugs, start working in the periphery where they don't have to report taxes, where they don't have to, and it's not that they want to do that, it's like the options are limited. And I think those those students that have shown that they really care, they really want to make an impact on our country and on their community by continuing their education shows a strong commitment to the community. And it's not that they're trying to be yes, they're really trying to make something better, something that they've already been living with better. So I'm glad that we're acknowledging that.
I think that it's incredible work done by people like Senator Gil Cedillo, from President Obama. I'm so proud. These kids, I've worked with a lot of these kids doing leadership development, and they're incredible. They're full American citizens. They've been through their entire life. They deserve every opportunity that the rest of us are given. And in many ways, they work harder. So they really have that American ideal of hard work and possibility.
Los niños no tienen la culpa de estar aquí. Los papás los trajeron como bebés, entonces van creciendo como el campo, sin derechos de nada.
Romney pretty much said, just send people back and let them find their own way and get at the end of the line. I think he just writes off this whole population.
We've made such incredible progress in our country with LGBT issues. President Obama making the most LGBT progressive president that we've had, to then see someone that wants to regress policies that really damage our community and damage equality, not only for LGBT people, but for civil rights in general.
You know, for being a minority and women and for gay rights, I'm really happy for what Obama did with that.
I'm very frightened. The community living here, if Romney and his Tea Party supporters win the election.
Romney is social terrorism, and I think that there is no other option than Obama at this point. As women, as young people, as citizens here in the United States, I think there's no other option than Obama.
Mitt Romney, did you hear his speech that they put on YouTube, where he was talking about how everybody's on welfare, or he can't change their event?
He can't change 47% of the community.
They want government assistance? This guy is out of touch. He's rich. He's never ever been to Boyle Heights. He's never lived a life that most people live. He's rich. He can't relate to the American people.
Is there anything in Romney's economic plan that makes sense to you?
Romney is a step in the wrong direction, so it's a no-brainer.
I will be voting for President Obama. I think he is the most qualified to be president. And I think he's genuine. I think he cares about the middle class. I think he cares about our country and doing the right thing. I think he cares about women.
Voting for Obama. President Obama.
Entonces sí, votaré por Obama.